Big up to everyone, lovely family and lovely friends out there. Whatever you're watching Awini Unity platform from, thank you so much, and I do really appreciate your time once again. This video, my focus is gonna be on local players to Black Stars ahead of the African Cup of Nations. Okay, but before then, let me remind you very quick. Whatever you are, you own a ship and you want shipping agency to supply you a lot of goods. You want to come to Spain for maintenance, and you want shipping agency that can supply you a lot of goods to your vessel. Do not go nowhere. You are here in Europe and you want to ship a lot of things back to Africa, or even you are in America, Canada, and you want to ship a lot of things back to Africa, or you want to ship it right here in Europe, Intercop is the right place. If we want to ship things for you and we say 1 week exactly, you're going to get your things. 2 weeks, 2 weeks. Our yes is our yes and our no is our no. That is how we work. That is how we deal things with our customers. So pick the number on the screen and get more information. Very quick one. Let's talk about local players to Black Stars right here. Someone asked me that if Black Stars squad come out and there is no any local player in the squad, will I be surprised or not? Or even if it is only one local player, or not even at all, will I be surprised or not? Well, if I want to be 100% honest with you and all my views, I will not be surprised. And I'm going to tell you the main reason why I will not be surprised if the squad comes out and there is no even one single local player. I will not be surprised. Here is the case. We have to be honest to ourselves. All of us, including myself, I spoke about local players that should be added to Black Stars, to my personal opinion. But if we really want to be honest to ourselves, are we calling these players to be part of Black Stars simply because they play for Ghana, local league, or because we think that they are very, very good enough to represent the national team? This is the first question we need to ask ourselves. And for me sitting down here, if you ask me, and I want to be honest with you, I will tell you that not that they are really good enough to play for the national team, but we feel like, okay, fine. All the foreign players that will be coming, no matter what, not all of them will play the game. Some of the players, they will went to the African Cup of Nations without tasting, without even playing, to return and returning back again. So for that reason, we feel like, okay, if that is the case, why don't you add maybe 2-3 players to encourage and also promote our league? But if we really want to be honest, I don't think that the players out there, our local base player out there, are really top notch out there to represent Black Stars, Ghana national team. And I can give you the same players that play for CAF Champions League, and you and I, we are seeing their performance. It is the same local players that playing for representing most of the time under 20 qualifiers. We are seeing their performance. It is the same players that always call to under 17. We are seeing their performance. How many years now Ghana failed to qualify under 17 World Cup and Olympic Games? How many years now? It is the same local players. So I would not be surprised, for the sense that now every Ghanaian really want Black Stars to win the African Cup of Nations. So if you want to win the African Cup of Nations, and the coach that will give that coach a job to do, and that coach believe that this is the players I can send them to Ivory Coast to win African Cup of Nations or to do well, why don't you support him? Secondly, we have a lot of players that are doing very well. Players like Makebedu, I keep talking about him day out, day in, right here. But sometimes the leaders feel like, if you feel like the Swedish league is not enough, is not strong league for you to invite a player, you have players like Makebedu, Emmanuel Boateng for the Swiss league. You have players like Bena Tekwete and a lot of them playing for Bulgaria Super League, not just lower team, but Ludogorets, that even right now I'm recording this video, Bena Tekwete are in the starting lineup for the Europa League. You have players like Abdu Aziz Yakubu, who played for the Chinese Super League, scoring 15 goals, and you've been in Ghana, or you are a coach and you believe that these countries, country like a Sweden, their league is not enough for you to look a player right there. Do you want to tell me that Ghana league, can you compare Ghana league to the Swedish league? The answer is no. Let's tell ourselves the truth. Can you compare Ghana Premier League to even the Chinese Premier League, the Super League? The answer is no. Can you compare Ghana league to the Saudi league? The answer is no. Far, far, they are ahead of everything in terms of the pitches, in terms of everything, in terms of player salary and everything. We should even put the salary aside. But when you go to the Swedish league, you see a lot of players. Other countries, they have African players playing there. They have European players playing for the Swedish league. They have South American players. They have players from Middle East. And when you go to Chinese Super League, they have players from Africa. They have players from Europe. They have players from South America. They have players from the Middle East right there. As I said, Ghana Premier League, how many foreign players do we have? We are not talking about even players like from Cameroon and Cote d'Ivoire. Okay, we can also call them their foreign players. But how many European players you have in your Premier League? How many players do you have that they're from Europe, or maybe how many players that are from the Middle East or even South America? How many players do we have? Continent players do we have in our Premier League? Talking about that, how much do we pay our players? So this is some of the reasons why I will never be surprised if the squad come out now and there will not be a local player. If you that are watching this video, you're gonna say, the local players be good enough? If the local players are good enough, check on the Chan team. Check the Chan team. The last time they win tournament, check their performance. Check even our clubs. The players that we are always demonstrating, calling here and there that they should add them to the national team. Check their performance for the CAF Champions League. Check their performance in the under 17 and the 20s. All of them, they are what? They are local players. So this is some of the reasons why I will not be surprised, because I believe that we are just talking about, call this player like I spoke about a lot of players as well, like Richmond Lamte and Azik Minta for Adriana Stars, a player that played Ghana Premier League, score 9 goals. We are talking about here and there that they should invite him. He's good enough to play for Black Stars. Then you have players that play for Swedish League. They nearly won the Swedish League, get the same point with Mamo. And we feel a player that played the whole season, almost about 20-something games, scoring 5 goals, giving 6 assists, and we feel that that player is not good enough to play for Black Stars. A player like Benatek, with I guess Messi, and he's not the first time he played the African Cup of Nations before. And a player that played in Europa League, a top league out there, scoring 6 goals so far, playing day out day in, and you believe that the Bulgarian Super League is not good enough for player to play there to come for Black Stars, and you think the Ghana Premier League player is good enough? Let's tell ourselves the truth. Let's be honest to ourselves. The players are not good enough. If you ask me that the Premier League players are good enough, they are not good enough. But because we feel like they are playing Ghana Premier League and we just want to promote them. That is the truth, because we believe that some of the players that will be coming from Europe, not all of them will get chance to play for the AFCON. So therefore, why don't we add our local players just to sell our league? And even selling our league, and our leaders and even we, the Ghanaians, we are not willing to promote our own. We are not willing to invest from the pitches, pay players well, put things in order. If we let these players to walk up, nothing will change in our Premier League. This has player, someone should remember me, this player, a free Ebani was been calling just to promote the guy to get out from Ghana. Some certain people that just want to make business, they will always come out to promote players in the local league. If you think that the player good enough, after the player moved to Switzerland, FC Zurich, why are we not calling him? But yet he's still playing. Why are we not calling him? After he's get that contract out from the Premier League, why are we not still inviting him? We leave him. Now we are promoting Richmond Lamte. In the moment he went to the African Cup of Nations, return back to Kumasi Asante Kotoko, you will see a player from somewhere and from Rwanda, from Tanzania, not to disrespect them. But if we call ourselves that we are a football nation and we cannot pay our players, and we are always sitting down there thinking that our league can compete with the CAF Champions League, when your best players, you are selling your best players to the teams that you want to compete with them, you want to win Champions League, you want to go money zone, and you are selling your best players to them. Are you serious? No. Are you serious as a nation? Are you serious as a football nation? Come on. We should tell ourselves the truth. So this is the main reason why I would not be surprised. For me, sitting down here, I'll be 100% truthful and tell you that we all spoke about the local player to act for national team. We knew very well that they are not good enough. But the reason why we talk about these players is because some of the foreign players, not all of them will get selection to play in the AFCON. Obviously, some players going to sit down in the bench. Some players went to the World Cup. They do not kick a ball till they return. So we feel like, okay, sending some players, they will learn something out of the national team and the tournament to motivate them. But if you ask me, this would be something that, for me to tell you the truth, our local players are not good enough to represent Black Stars. We should use them to the CHAN tournament and see their performance in the CHAN tournament. Okay, we should use them to the CHAN tournament to see if they are really good. And you and I, we are always seen in the CHAN tournament. Always, if they are really good enough. Why they are not doing well in the CHAN tournament? Why they are not doing well in the under 17s? But the moment Ghana will wake up and we say we want to call foreign players under 17, we want to call players that have 17 to represent Ghana under 17 to play qualifiers, you will see immediately we're going to qualify under 17 tournament. But we always use the local players. What are they doing? Nothing. That is a whole lot to do. Ghana, we went to World Cup almost about 4 times, but yet we do not have all this money. We do not know where this money will invest in. We do not know where this money will be investing. There's a lot of countries, when they went to Ghana and they return back to their country, it is a laughing point. Why? Because they always say Ghana have been the World Cup 4 times and we've always been out there claiming that we are a football nation. But when you go to Ghana, our pitches and a lot of things, it not working. So let's be honest to ourselves. Our local players, they are not good enough. If we really say we want to, that is what I was talking about. If you and I being here, let's be honest to ourselves. Richmond Lamte that we are talking about. If like Richmond Lamte was playing for even a Ivorian league, Nigerian league, the what do you call it? Even Tanzanian league and Cameroon league, will you and I will sit down here telling the coach to invite them? The answer is no. We're going to say the Cameroon league is not good enough. We're going to say Tanzanian league is not good enough. Meanwhile, Tanzania, they have a lot of clubs that are competing CAF Champions League, doing well, going to money zone, some of them even going to finance. Do you want to tell me that Ghana, we do not have a lot of players that play for the Tanzanian league? We have a lot of players that play for South African league, DR Congo league. Why we are not inviting these players? Because we feel that they play for the African side, so they are not good enough. So if these are not good enough, what makes us believe that our players that play Ghana's Premier League, they are good enough to represent the Black Stars? Meaning we are deceiving ourselves. And we will still use this mentality because promote my player, and go to AFCON and come back and sit down here and say coach is not good, players are not good. Meanwhile, we refuse to tell ourselves the truth and face the reality. So this is the reason why I will never be surprised when the squad come out and there is no local player. The only way I normally talk about the local players is because the Black Stars players, whether 25 or 26 players are going for a AFCON, not all of them will play. That would be the reason why we will say, okay, then if that is the case, just add 2-3 players from the local league to just motivate the players. Aside that, they cannot play. That is my personal opinion. What do you think? One love.